Good afternoon, viewers, and thank you for joining us live on Hawk Sports Network, where we are set to watch the Humbers men and women's soccer team as they'll be playing in their first home game of the regular season, and it will come against the UTM Eagles. Mo Khosrowshahi here to call the game for you alongside my broadcast partner, Sydney Jackson. And Sydney, with both the men's and women's team undefeated, a lot on the line here. What do you think are some of the keys for the Hawks to secure a win here?
A lot of possession would be great if we get it in the other team's end, and to stay away from the middle zone of the net for the other team would be good.
And of course, the Eagles are 0-2, while the Humbers women's team is 3-0 to start the early goings of this season. And the women's team is scheduled to play, of course, with the men's team scheduled to play around 6:30 p.m. And so both teams step on the field. The UTM Eagles are in their white jerseys. Humber will be in the blue jerseys. And of course, these two teams played earlier in the year, where UTM actually lost their home opener to Humber 9-0. So they do want to redeem themselves with that performance, and both teams look to be ready, and the game should be underway very shortly.
So they'll be playing a 4-3-3 formation, and they're really going to get the forward going. So they want to get three of the players up forward so they have more opportunities.
And so it looks like we are set to go here. Humber will be kicking things off to start the first half. And here come the Hawks. And the Hawks starting in the backfield here. That is Sabalos with the ball.
They're really trying to stretch things out right now to get an opening to get the ball through for the runner.
And Spratt will be called offside there. So the Hawks looking to press here on the early goings in this game. Of course, Humber, one of the higher scoring teams in the OCAA, averaged 16.7 shots per game.
Nice ball through. I think they've been doing a really good job so far about that. Great angles.
And that would be Rodriguez, who had the ball there in the box. Humber now gets it right back, and Spratt will hit it for a goal kick. And Spratt will look at that one as it goes out of bounds for another goal kick.
The pressure that Humber is really giving right now is great.
Of course, there are two Spratts playing in this game, the sisters, and number 11 is Rebecca Spratt, the second-year player from Mississauga. And the goal kick is short, and it will be to Spratt as she can't control it. And now the Eagles hitting it downfield.
Humber's really spreading out here. Looks really good.
And that's Vanessa Fiore, the goalie for the Hawks. And a foul called by the referee, and it will be Humber's ball.
I really think they're going to try and get it over the defenders.
And that's Tirabasti, who will be kicking it down the field to number 4, Zoe Longsworth. She's going to cross it in the middle. And Spratt looks to fall down there. No penalty call. And the Eagles are just going to look to try to kick it down the field. And here come the Hawks once again. And now it's the Eagles, led by Lillian Rivkin, who can't control that one. So a goal kick for Humber. And Fiore will kick it down. And here is Kanhoto, who passes back.
So Humber is doing really well being first to the ball, and they're working really hard and aggressive.
And now the UTM Eagles get the ball back, and they're going to look to score here as two players collide there, and Humber will get the ball back. And there's Spratt in the middle of that one. She's looking for possession of the ball. And the Eagles are going to reset and give it back to their keeper. But the Hawks now get the ball back as Longsworth now looks to work around the middle. And the Hawks continue to press the action here, not letting the Eagles pass the halfway line, still keeping it in their half. And here is Spratt now. She's going to pass it down the middle. They will call that offside. And here's Spratt once again. Here is Piazza. That is Rachel Spratt, number 6. And here's Piazza once again as she tries to find the ball. It was lost there for a second.
They're really stretching out the play right now to try and make some things happen in the middle.
And the Eagles player goes down, and it will be a fouled call on Humber as Abaka Itru the player going down there for the Eagles, getting the foul call.
So right now Humber's going to try and keep it out of the box, away from the keeper.
And kicking the ball there for the Eagles was Jade Ford. She's the only player to score this season for UTM. And here's Rifkin now working on the corner, trying to get her way into the box, and she maneuvers herself there, but it will go out for a goal kick.
So Humber starting off with a goal kick, which was really good because they wanted to switch the play and keep the Eagles on their toes.
And an offside called once again on Humber, as they've just been too eager so far on the offensive end. Of course, Humber is 3-0, as we mentioned. Their most recent win was a 3-1 victory against Cambrian. That is where Zanardi actually scored 2 goals in that game, and Julia Zanardi, of course, leads the entire OCAA in goals scored with 8. And here come the Hawks once again, as they're just going to hit the ball down the field. And Spratt putting some pressure on there, making life a bit more difficult for UTM. And Rachel Spratt now is going to hit it back to the keeper.
I really like how the keeper is keeping the other side in mind, to try and split the other team open. That's the keeper's been very well for that.
And the Hawks now trying to work their way out of their defensive end, and they're going to do so just by kicking it down the field. Let's see if they can get possession. And UTM now will just reset it. And Spratt trying to get that one. And here come the Hawks once again.
Nice try for Humber. They're really, really getting those balls through, but right now it's not succeeding, but they're trying, so be good.
And the referee's going to have a discussion here with the Hawks bench. Not sure what the commotion is about there, but game will resume nevertheless. Here's Tirabassi, and she will lose it. So now the Eagles can make something happen here as they have the ball on the Humber's end. And here's Humber now. And Piazza now is going to pass it down the field. No offside is called, so Zanardi can get another goal here, and she does. Julia Zanardi once again, the OCAA leading scorer, tacks on another one, so her total will go to 9 goals.
Humber's doing really well with the balls through the defenders. They got some fast runners, and I think they should just keep that up, and they'll keep getting goals.
And of course, Zanardi scored 4 goals against UTM in their last game, and all of those goals actually came in the first half in a span about 20 minutes. So Zanardi once again, and it might have been a handball there, but no call. And UTM is going to look to respond here, hopefully to even things up, and Fiore will make the save. So the Hawks are up 1-0 still in the first half here.
Humber's got some good possession going on right now. I think that both sides of the field are very dominant, very fast.
And Zanardi, that goal gives her a goal in every game that the Hawks have played so far this season, so her torrid pace continues here. And this is a UTM team that has struggled against Humber in these past few seasons. They've dropped the last 4 games in this matchup. And Humber looks to be on their way to making that 5-0 over the past 2 seasons. In fact, it should be 6-0 actually, since they did play earlier on this year. And Humber now back on it as Kenhoto will pass it to Giannone, and she will give it right back to the keeper, who gives it to Piazza. And she will pass to Rebecca Spratt, and she will lose the handle of it. And here come the Eagles once again. And Rifkin's cross controlled by the Hawks, and they're going to look to counterattack here. A very hot day here, so those weather conditions might affect the players here. And a good job there by the Hawks stopping the pass there. Would have been a clear cut there for Abaca Itrue. And it looks like a player is set to check in for the Eagles, which would be number 16, Sabrina Longo. As both teams just knocking it down there in the middle. Let's see who can come up with it, and a foul will be called. So Humber will get the ball.
So right now Humber's going to want to try and get it in the box again, above the defenders for a run.
And T. Ribasi would hit it down to Spratt, who would hits it down with her head, controls it now with her legs, and she's going to pass it down the middle. But the Eagles are going to hit it around, and the goalie will control it. Still in the box, though. But the Eagles defender will knock it out of bounds for a throw-in.
So Humber's going to try and switch up the sides for the play to try and get a path through the defenders.
And that was the ball was passing on the wings there, and Spratt's going to look to cut through in the middle. She can't get a hold of it, but Humber will get the throw-in.
So right now they're going to try and get it down the line or somewhere in the middle when there's an open player, so they can try and get it back in the box to have a chance to score.
And here's Piazza now. Her pass intercepted, and the Eagles get control of it, and they're going to look to push it up the field. As Tirabasi knocked it down there for the Hawks, so play still on the back end, and Rifkin almost tripping over the ball there. And that's Abaca Itrue who is working there. She can't get the ball, so Humber still with it, and they're going to send it right back to the goalkeeper, Fiora, who passes it over to the wing, and Humber spacing things out here.
I really like how the Humber team is very patient when they have the ball. They don't try to force anything. They try to look for their player or try to make a play.
And Tirabasi gets it now. And that will be offside once again. So Humber being called down for that offside once again in this half. Though they do have a goal to show for their aggressiveness, still need some more patience here. And the Eagles now just carelessly going to hit it out. So Humber now going to look to take advantage of that play.
likes to go to the right side more often. I feel like there's a lot more space here.
And here's Piazza. And that pass was intercepted, was looking for Spratt. Spratt continues to work for her, and she'll get called for the foul. So a good job there by Rachel Spratt, the 5th-year player.
Here the Eagles might try to get in the box, so we're going to see if the defenders for Humber can keep it out.
And kicking it for the Eagles is Yusanowski, the 1st-year player. And it's hit in the box. Both teams just hitting it around there, and that's good for Humber as the Eagles can't get a clean shot off, but that one hits the top of the crossbar. So close play there. So 2 substitutions set to take place for the Eagles. As we mentioned, Sabrina Longo is making the sub along with number 6, and it will be Abika True coming out along with Suleimia Riza. So 2 subs here for the Eagles. Here's Tirabassi. Piazza. And that pass was intercepted in a bad position. But Spratt will get it, and she gets it knocked off her legs. And a player goes down in the box. No penalty called there. And here is Spratt, who gets the ball deflected to her sister.
They really open it up again. They had to restart from the back to the goalkeeper, Vanessa.
And Fiore is going to hit it to Longsworth, and Longsworth now making strides right down the field, trying to deke out the player, and she does just that. So Longsworth, a good drive here. Now we'll pass it off to Tirabassi. And Kanhodo can't get the ball there, but let's see if Humber can still keep it on their end.
They're really liking this right side. I feel like they've gotten a lot of stuff going on down there.
And that is Rachel Spratt to Janone. And this is Zabalos. She's going to hit it down the field to Zanardi. And Zanardi's pass is offside, as she was looking for Longsworth there. And a tough call there. And now Fiore probably just going to look to hit it downfield here. And a long kick there. Good kick from the goalie, and here is Longsworth once again. Let's see what she can do this time.
So right here, Humber's trying to get through the defenders, but unfortunately they were unsuccessful. So they're gonna have to defend now to restart their plan to get back in the other end.
And here's Longsworth now. She's gonna lose the ball. So the Eagles now had the possession there for a second, but Humber once again, and Humber now turns it over. So both teams just with some sloppy play there in the middle, but it looks like Humber now has control.
Once again, they're starting back with their goalkeeper, Vanessa. They want to restart, so they're going to start from the back and carry the ball up.
And it looks like Fiore's kick is going to go out, so the Eagles with the quick throw in here and the long throw in. Looks like it will be controlled by Humber. So that quick throw in might have come back to cost the Eagles, as there was really no set of players there to get the ball back. And here's Spratt.
Here's a good 1-2, almost. right idea though. The Eagles are really putting the pressure on right now for Humber. They have to start a new plan to get the ball back in the other end.
And it looks like it will be a throw-in for the Eagles, as Kayla Rice will be throwing it in. And Humber now just heading it there. Here's Spratt. And they're going to just kick it right back out, so the Eagles will take it back on the side for another throw-in, as Rice will throw it in once again. Here's Rice now through the legs of the Humber player. And there is Ford.
Humber's defense are really not letting anything through right now, which is great. They're really working together as a unit.
And Rice will be throwing it back in for the Eagles. Looks like Humber will get the ball there. And now Humber looks to get the call for the throw-in, and looks to be a substitution set for the Hawks, as number 19, Shanice Bennett, the second-year player, will be coming in for number 11, Rebecca Spratt. But Rebecca Spratt, a good showing here early on. And here's the new sub, Bennett. She's going to look to get involved in the action here early on. And here she is, the new player. She's going to look to make a run here. A good play there, Deaking. So good job there by Shanice Bennett, coming in the game, drawing a foul here. And Rachel Spratt will make the short kick to Tirabassi, who kicks it all the way down to Zabalos. Zabalos had some trouble controlling that one, but here she is once again. Zabalos now is going to hit it down the field, as UTM hits it down now, and UTM now just going to slow things down here and try to have the goalkeeper hit it down the field. Let's see what they can do. Intercepted for the Hawks, as Kenhodo intercepts it, and here's Longsworth. She's going to hit it down, and her shot will just fall gently into the keeper's hands. But UTM's goalkeeper is struggling just to get the ball out of her zone. Here's Bennett now putting some pressure on, and the Hawks once again continuing. Bennett, she has some open space there. Let's see what she does. She just turns it over. Had two open players on her side, but just could not get that pass to go. And the Eagles player will just hit it right off number 20, Danielle Kenhoto. So the Eagles now take the ball for a throw-in.
Humber's doing a really good job of being defensive. They're really getting first to the ball. They're really making plays happen.
And an offside will be called. No dispute on that call. So now the Eagles are going to kick things off here, off that offside call, and they're just going to hit it right down the field, and it looks to be that will go for a goal kick. Yes, it will, as Rachel Spratt will just look for that one to go out. And another substitution set to take place for the Hawks, and that will be number 9, Fatima Fuentes Martinez. And she'll make a quick sub there for number 4, Zoe Longsworth. Longsworth also has a good showing so far in this game. Here's Bennett.
Humber Humber does a lot of 1-2s and over the defender's head. I feel like that now the Eagles are picking up on it now, so they're going to have to change their ways or change the side of the field. Keep them on their toes.
Fuentes Martinez, the fresh sub, had the ball there, though she did lose it to the Eagles defenders. And another sub set to check in for UTM as Abika Itru was set to come back in the game. And here come the Hawks. No offside call, so they have a clean play there, but it just hit not off the post, but just goes right near the post. So a good attempt there, but the Hawks cannot execute on that play. And here comes Abika Itru coming right back in. So Itru coming in for Christina De Andrade, and set to come in for Humber is number 11, Rebecca Spratt. She'll be joining this game once again. And here's Abika Itru.
Humber's really putting the pressure on. They really want it. They're really trying to get something to work.
And here's Bennett now for the Hawks. Bennett's going to look to make her way into the box, but she will lose the ball there as she does.
I know.
So for the corner kick, right now it looks like no one's really paying attention. They might do a short pass to try and get in to the box quicker or a better shot off. Or they're going to go for the long one to check the
Yep, it
ball
looks
in.
like Bennett just went straight to the box, so looks like Tirabassi will just kick it in there. Let's see what Humber can do here as it's headed down, but the Eagles will just kick it back down. So no trouble for them. And the Hawks now still putting the pressure on. And here is Zanardi. Let's see if she can add on another goal to Kenhota. Back to Zanardi. Zanardi with a good fake there. She's going to give it right back to Kenhota. She's going to lose the ball, but a good two-player plays there. As Zanardi and Kenhota were going back and forth there.
Humber's really working hard to get the pressure on, to keep them off on their toes still. Still working to switch sides or to try and get back into the box for another goal.
And Spratt will just pass it off. And now Humber's long pass there from Piazza will just go into the keeper's hands. And two substitutions set to check in. Rebecca Spratt still set to check in for the Hawks. And number 11 for the Eagles also set to check in. That is Janet Usimnoski. So both those players will head back into this game shortly.
The Eagles might have an advantage here to get back into the other end and out of theirs.
And it'll be knocked right before the half line. So Humber still on the Eagles' end of the field. Of course, they had nothing to show for it as it will go straight back to the keeper. And the Eagles just going to look to kick it right back down the field. As Ariza can't control that one, but she will get the throw in. And the substitutions now are set to check in for both teams. So Spratt will be coming in for Kenhoto. And Rice. And Spratt gets hit hard there. Be interesting to see if they will maybe card the player. Looks like the referee will not be doing so, but Spratt looked to had a good clear lane to the goalkeeper, but she just got knocked down there. And here's Zanardi. As the Eagles players, they know they need to be cautious of Julia Zanardi, so they have two players now in coverage with her. Here's Abika Itru. She's going to knock it down the field. Piazza now.
The possession of Humber is really taking a toll on the game. It's changing the game.
And here's Bennett. Let's see what she can do as she just heads it back down to her feet. Now to Spratt. And Spratt is offside, so maybe Bennett should have just continued to hold on to that one. In fairness, though, she did not know about the runner being called offside there, so another offside call on Humber.
Humber's getting a little eager here. They keep going offside, trying to create a pathway for the runner.
And here's Spratt now, and her pass to Bennett was off the mark, so the Eagles now take possession of it, looking for a 1-2 pass there, but that would be Rachel Spratt making the good play there and intercepting it. And here's Fiore, who's going to make the short pass to Emily Tirabassi.
Once again, Humber is starting from the back.
And here's Zanardi once again. A herd of Eagles players coming down to her, and they were just too over-aggressive that time and picking up the foul.
So they're going to try and get it over the defender's head for the run.
And looking for Bennett that time, and she can't get the ball, of course, but still Humber looks to have it here. Once again, the pass into the box will be controlled by the Eagles, as Rebecca Spratt will hit that one out of bounds. So the throw-in now for the Eagles. It'll be Rachel Spratt now with the ball. She will send it right back down.
Here Humber's trying to look for an angle or a play to go through to the defenders.
And Sabalis' long pass will be knocked down. But here's Humber once again, and a foul will be called on Zanardi. So UTM continuing to put that pressure on Zanardi. And Zanardi will look to just hopefully kick it down, try to find an open player here.
Yeah, they're going to try and go for the far side, curve it in to try and get into the middle.
And UTM reads that play, and here's Tirabassi. And now Humber now working on the side, and they're passed to the box.
So for this corner kick, it looks like they're going to do the same thing as last time. Try and just get into the box as close as they can to get a clear shot into the net.
As third-year player Emily Tirabassi will be set to take this corner kick once again.
Looks like they're going to want to get it back post.
And UTM will just hit that one. So Humber will have to reset and look to get right back in there.
Humber's really doing a really good job with the resetting. They really have the control of the ball and of the game right now.
As Tirabassi will pass it to Spratt. And Spratt will be looking for her sister there. And once again, Rebecca Spratt is called for the offside. So Rebecca Spratt needs to be more cautious of her positioning on the field.
The Eagles are going to try and do the shorter pass just to keep control.
And that would be Abika Itru, who would be passing it down the field. And here goes Humber once again, as Zanardi will get past one player, looking to maneuver further. And here's Bennett now. So Bennett doing a good job coming off the bench and giving the Hawks that boost of energy that they're looking for from their subs. And Bennett now, she'll work her way and get a foul call in a good position for Humber to make something happen here. Let's see what they can do.
I'm really thinking they're going to try and get it on net, maybe a rebound or from the goalie or just in the net.
As Julia Zanardi is set to kick the free kick.
She looks like she has a clear shot. If not, she might do a little chip for a header. If not, she's going to try and go in for the net.
And Zanardi's shot is just wide, so a good attempt there. And another sub set to take place for UTM, as Christina De Andrade will come back into the game. And she'll be coming in for number 16, Sabrina Alongo, who subbed in not too long ago. But Sabrina Alongo with a good short few minutes there for the Eagles.
Looks like the game doesn't have a side to play on. They both like to switch the play. I like how Humber likes to switch the play just to keep the game from not being all clumped in one end.
And it may have been knocked down with the hand there unintentionally, of course. So it looks like UTM will get the ball there. Just, well, be right on in midfield. And now the Eagles have been struggling to keep the ball in Humber's end. But let's see what they can do here. The throw-in now. Once again controlled by Humber, and here is Spratt.
It's a great pass to switch ends, great control.
And Spratt was looking for Bennett that time. And here is the Eagles. And that play was, what a save there by Vanessa Fiore. She had a tip on that. She deflected it, but it got through her hands and it almost went to the back of the net. But she did a great job of not giving up on the play and saving it right on the goal line. So Vanessa Fiore keeping this a 1-0 game for Humber.
Great pressure from Humber, great pressure. They're really keeping Eagles on their toes with that 1-2 pass.
And that was
another one.
And Piazza and Spratt there were playing that 1-2 game, and Bennett, of course, was also in the middle of that. What a play by Vanessa Fiore. And the Hawks, once again, now they're just going to take the ball, look to continue with their pressure, as Bennett now will just pass it to Zanardi. Zanardi's shot was bobbled a bit there by the goalkeeper, but she will just hold on to that one. Zanardi almost putting up 2 goals here in this half.
Humber's doing a great job with controlling the first ball out of the air. They're really...
And Spratt there gets the foul call. Yeah, she went over the back of the UTM Eagles player.
Once again, great first to the ball by Humber. They're really working to get the ball out of their end. The first touch, they want to get it out.
And here is Zanardi, who's going to give it right back to Vanessa Fiore. And she's just going to work her way out of the box, give her some more space to kick her right down the field. And that was a good read there by Fiore, who had Bennett there. And Zanardi now with a good move. She's going to take the long shot, and that will sail over the crossbar. But still a good play set up there by the Humber goalkeeper, Vanessa Fiore, who made a nice pass to Shanice Bennett. And that ultimately set up another shot for Zanardi. And here come the Eagles now, as Ariza had that ball knocked off the Humber player, so they will get the ball right back. The long throw in back to Ariza. Ariza this time will lose control of that one, so she'll give it right back to Humber.
Humber's going to try and get it down the line.
And once again, the referee just going to talk to the Humber bench. I believe it's about the pennies. So it looks like that is all cleared up, and here's Tirabassi. Her pass almost intercepted, but Piazza gets it right back. And she gives it to Zabalos. And Zabalos now just going to trot up with the ball once again. And the long pass there might be controlled by Humber. And no, it looks like UTM gets it now. And that will hit off the Humber player's leg, so UTM just keeping it right on their end, but playing it safe.
Both teams are putting the pressure on both ends.
Though it has been a bit of a struggle for UTM to get the ball out of their end. Have some careless turnovers on their end of the field. And it looks like we are set for another corner.
They're looking like they're going to be doing the same thing, trying to get it far post or for a head. Just somebody get a head on it or any body part on it and into the net.
And Tirabassi is going to kick this one as well. She gives a nice cross into that one. But the header was deflected off a wall of UTM Eagles defenders. Here's Humber still with the ball.
Humber's going to try and switch ends here. Looks like there's not a lot of pressure on the left side of the field.
And here's Piazza now. Just going to give it right back. And another offside called. And that's tough for Humber. There's only a couple minutes here left in this half. Humber was in a good position there to potentially add on more. Of course, they're still leading this game 1-0 off the goal by Zanardi, her 9th of the season. And Zanardi only had 3 goals all of last year, so she's already exceeded that total. And looks like a throw in there for the Eagles. Not only that, the leading scorer for Humber last year was Rebecca Spratt. She had 7 goals all of last year, so Zanardi has also exceeded that total. And here's Abaki True. She's gonna get a foul called on her as she took down the Humber player while she still had possession of the ball. So that was not a good play from her.
Looks like...
Excuse me, go ahead.
It looks like Vanessa's going to try and get the ball into the far left end because there's not many people on that side.
And not much time here in the first half, so Humber just trying to send all their players down the field, hoping for one last chance. Here's Zanardi. And her pass will go out of bounds, so another throw-in for the Eagles. So just a few seconds maybe left here in this half. Well, depends on how the referees will call it, but Humber now, maybe one last chance for them as they'll turn that ball right over. Here's Abaka Yutru, excuse me.
Humber's great first ball here. Nice,
and
very good ball.
Spratt's pass to Zanardi's controlled. Zanardi once again. That one just wide of the net. So Julia Zanardi almost getting her 2nd goal of the game. And the first half will conclude. Humber still up 1-0. And a good first half by both teams, some back and forth action. Vanessa Fiore, of course, making a big save here to keep the game in Humber's side as they have a 1-0 lead, of course. A second half will begin shortly. And we are back for the second half. And of course, Humber up 1-0. And here's UTM. They have the ball. And here's Tirabassi, who's going to send it right back. And Humber will look to reset here. Humber, of course, had 7 shots. 3 of them reached on goal. And they also had 3 corners in the first half. And Fiore is just going to hold on to that one. UTM, on the other hand, had 3 shots, and all 3 of them reached on net. And of course, Fiore had to make a great stop as the ball just almost crossed the goal line.
Once again, Humber is from the first half. They are also trying to split the team out just so that they can have more time to make passes and to get to the other zone.
And here come the Hawks once again, as that's Spratt to Bennett. Bennett's going to send it right back to Spratt. What a pass. Well, a good save there by the UTM goalkeeper, but still good play by the 2 players, Spratt and Bennett. And of course, a good start so far for this Humber team. Not only in this game, but in the regular season. We've mentioned that they are 3-0 to start the year. Humber was the silver medalist winning team last year, and they lost in the championship game to Algonquin.
The Eagles are working really hard to get out of their end, but Humber's trying to keep it in their end to get another goal this half.
And that's number 17, Phillip, who gives it to Bennett.
Great pressure by Humber.
And Yusunovsky is now just going to pass it right down. And Rico, the captain for the Eagles, passed it to number 21, Abika Itru.
So the Eagles are really putting the pressure on right now. They're really wanting to get a tie here. So they're going to try and kick it in the box.
As Yusunovsky will take the kick. She's going to send it right down, and it will be headed on to Tirabassi. And here come the Hawks now on the counter attack. Let's see what they can do here. And no offside call. And Zanardi now has a clean break to Spratt. Let's see if she can finish, and she does. So 2-0 Humber. Great setup there by Zanardi, and the UTM players there were just looking for the offside, and that came back to cost them as none of the defenders went back and none of them kept up with the play.
Really great talking out there to see where to pass to get a great shot on net. Great teamwork.
So the goal scored by number 11, Rebecca Spratt. And of course, Spratt has a goal earlier in this year. And this is a high-scoring Humber team, 5.3 goals per game. So they are up 2-0. And Bennett will take the throw in here. So Zanardi not only showing her skills and being able to put the ball in the back of the net, but also setting up her teammates.
Humber is opening up the field again, and they did a great job with that. They're really spreading out the game. They're going to probably try and switch the field. Great pass.
And Spratt might get Bennett there. Bennett just has more speed than the UTM player. Bennett gets right past the goalkeeper, and she's going to score. Shanice Bennett, the sub who came in earlier in the first half, has just been consistently good since. And she's been rewarded here with a goal.
Great speed.
And that's just a good sight to see as her efforts result in a great goal. Humber now up 3-0. So UTM, this is not the start they wanted in the second half.
Great start by Humber. The Eagles are having a lot of pressure on them, but they're trying to push through to get a goal here. But Humber possession is great passes.
And here's Spratt and Zanardi now. Looks like no offside is called there. Could Zanardi put up another goal? That one is off the mark. Zanardi having a good opportunity there to add on another goal. And once again, the referee is going to have a word with the Humber bench. But still, Julia Zanardi with a perfect opportunity, almost getting her 10th goal of this season.
Once again, Humber is first to the ball. They look like they really want it.
And here's Phillip. And now Humber now gets the ball back. Will just send it right back to their keeper, Fiore.
They're restarting once again. They want to try and see if they can make another play happen.
And Piazza now to Phillip. And there's Fuentes Martinez, who's just deking around here, trying to create some open space. She's going to get right by the Eagles player. Going to cross it right down the middle, but no Hawks player there to get the ball. But still, what a play there by Fuentes Martinez.
Yeah, it was the right idea. She really dribbled the ball to try and create something out there, but was unlucky.
And now Piazza, her pass is intercepted. But still, Humber not letting up here. And here's Phillip. She's going to intercept that pass herself. As a few Hawks players open, and Fuentes Martinez is going to be the one to get it. She's going to work her way down the side once again. Let's see what she can do this time. Just a short pass to Zanardi. Zanardi's going to pass it right to Piazza, and they're just going to work it around here as Tirabasi's shot, or it might have been a pass there, but regardless, collected by the UTM goalkeeper.
Once again, Humber was first to the ball, which is a good idea to do because they want to get the possession.
And that hit the Hawks player. Might have been right in the face there, but Piazza, she's looks just okay there, not shaken up by the play. She's just resuming on as if nothing happened there, but the Eagles now will get the ball back. As Danica Post throws us in to De Andrade. And Ariza is going to pass it to the side. And once again, a cross there, but no player to get the possession of it.
The Eagles are doing a great job right now of being in the other end. They're putting a lot of pressure.
And here's Ford with a great pass. And Rifkin, she's just going to hit it right on out of bounds. But Jade Ford setting up a nice play there. She is number 20 for the Eagles. Of course, we've mentioned before, she's the only goal scorer for the Eagles in this season.
The short pass was a good idea. It tricked the other team, the Eagles. Like to keep them on their toes.
And Humber once again, looks like that would be called offside. So just offside there. So another tough call going Humber's way. And of course we mentioned Jade Ford, the only goal scorer for this team. She's going to be kicking it off here. She scored in the last game that UTM played.
Humber once again. I like how they are always first to the ball.
And of course, this UTM team lost to George Brown, but they did put up 20 shots that game. So it looks like their offense is heading in the right direction. It's just they have nothing to show for it. And here's Phillip now.
They're now restarting to try and get it back on the other end. They have to try and find some openings and some passes to get there.
And Humber just going to push it down the field here. Not much resistance shown by the Eagles, and this might come back to cost them as they've just been kind of sloppy playing there. And Bennett almost had another goal there, but it was a good save there by the keeper.
The Eagles here have good play, keeping Humber on their toes.
And here's Abica Itru. She's going to hit it down. She still has the ball. Great save once again. Fiore, who's just been outstanding, trying to keep that clean sheet still. And a tough turnover there for the Hawks. But Abica Itru had a good look there, and Itru is down on the play as the ball was coming her way, and Itru still down. It looks like her knee is giving her some trouble here. And yep, so the Eagles are going to have some substitutions to adjust here, and Itru is just struggling to put some weight onto that knee. And coming in for the Eagles, number 16, Sabrina Longo, she's going to be checking in once again, and Itru is just going to hobble on out of here. But great effort there by Itru, as Abica Itru was forced off to come out of the game due to injury. But she's been creating a lot of chances for the UTM Eagles.
So Humber is going to restart again, try and get in the other end. They do a great job of that. They start from the back and go towards the forward. Great passing.
And it looks like Zanardi has an opening here. She had Fuentes Martinez there open as well. But Zanardi not going to risk maybe a potential offside call, so she was just going to elect to take that shot. And Phillips is going to watch that one go out of bounds.
It was a great fast throw in just to keep it unexpected.
And Fuentes Martinez now. And they have 3 Hawks players all up. It will be Bennett who's going to take it, and maybe Bennett will score another goal here through the leg of the keeper. What a deke there. She just could not top off that play. But Shanice Bennett now, she gets the ball right back, intercepted. Bennett now, her shot is saved by the keeper, but Shanice Bennett, some great efforts shown once again, looking for her second goal of this game.
Right idea. Well, it's going to come for sure. She's definitely going to get it.
And Zanardi will be called offside. So Julia Zanardi, Shanice Bennett, and Fuentes Martinez, all with a clean break in front of the goalkeeper. But Humber just cannot get a goal. Still up 3-0.
The Eagles are still coming hard, try and get one in.
And Zanardi now is going to give it right to Bennett. Bennett has a good chance. Once again, she's going to be taken down in the box. No penalty. And it looks like the Hawks are going to get a corner kick.
So it's going to look like it's going to be chipped to the far side. We're going to try and see if they can get it right at the top of the 6 to try and head it in or get a foot on it.
As the third-year player, Emily Tirabassi, she's going to kick the corner once again. Let's see what she can do this time. And a substitution will be made for the Eagles. Looks like they were set to make a sub. A substitution will be made, as Danica Post will come out the game for the Eagles. And now let's see what the Hawks can do. Of course, still have that corner kick. And looks like Zanardi will get a piece of that one, but it will go for a goal kick. Another substitution will be set to take place for the Eagles, as Tegan Mare Downing will be coming into the game shortly. And of course, with the Eagles goalkeeper struggling with these goal kicks, looks like they're just going to elect for the players to start taking them now. And here is Mare Downing, who's going to be checking in. So they will complete that substitution as Andrade will come out the game once again.
Once again, Humber was first to the ball. It's always good to be first to the ball. You can try and control it and try to...
And Yusinowski is just going to chip it there.
Still some good pressure from Humber.
And intercepted by Phillip. And Ariza, she's just going to work her way down. And Fuentes Martinez now with the ball to Tirabassi. And she's going to not get control of that pass. So the Eagles are going to look to capitalize on that mistake by the Hawks. And the Hawks are just going to respond by kicking it down the field and going to have their defense reset. And here's the captain for the Eagles, Rico. And a stoppage will be called. So Humber will get the ball. And Tirabassi will kick it once again. And a set of substitutions will be coming in for Humber.
Nice try. I was trying to get it through. Didn't work, but the right idea. Humber's putting the pressure on still.
So set to come in for the Hawks would be Megan Vitour, along with Danielle Kenhoto, and along with Zoe Longsworth. Of course, Longsworth and Kenhoto started this game.
It's going to be another restart.
And now Ariza and Tirabassi were just going at it for the ball, but Humber now gets possession of it, almost lost it there. And they're going to send it right back down to Piazza.
Humber's just playing a very possessive.
And an offside will be called once again.
Yeah, Humber's doing a really good job being those passes, and they're not trying to give it away or go too quick. They're taking their time.
And it's just something about this Hawks team that just really matches up well with the Eagles. Of course, the Eagles, we mentioned, they have struggled all time against the Hawks. And we mentioned they had 20 shots against George Brown, but in their first game against Humber, they only had 4. And they're struggling with their offensive output in this game as well. So let's see what they can do here. They need a big turnaround as time continues to tick down in the second half. 3-0 Humber. And Spratt will just throw it in. And the 3 substitutions are going to come in. Fuentes Martinez will be checking out, along with Shanice Bennett. What a game she has had, along with Emily Tirabassi. She will be checking out as well.
Get some fresh legs out. It's always good to have in the middle just to stop the other team from getting in through.
And the Eagles had a good chance to maybe get something going there, but it will just go out for a goal kick. And of course, those fresh legs hoping to close out a win here for Humber. Fiore is just going to hit it down to Zanardi. Zanardi can't keep control of it, so he's going to have a tough turnover, and a foul will be called on Humber.
The Eagles are going to try and get it through, but in the last half they couldn't get it through from past the Humber defenders, but you never know what could happen now.
And here is Jade Ford. And she won't be kicking it, actually. And Fiore will make the easy stop there, and she's going to kick it down the field, trying to find an open Humber player.
That was a really good, fast pace drop kick to get the other team stuck in their end so that they can try and get their forwards up.
And Piazza will just hit it on out of bounds, so
right idea. They're Humber. They're trying to switch sides to open up the play.
Janone, excuse me, passes on to the keeper, and here's Phillip. And Longsworth putting on some good pressure there, and Zanardi just can't get that one. Here's Phillip once again, and that's just going to hit off her left foot on out of bounds. And Danica Post subbing in for the Eagles. She'll be coming in for number 10. That is Sulaimi Ariza. And Phillip now.
Great.
To Longsworth, to Zanardi. Her long pass. Let's see if he can hit Spratt. It looks like it's good. Let's see what Spratt can do with that now.
Great play. Great pass over the defenders.
And Spratt's pass to Megan Voutour was cut off there. But Humber, of course, with the right idea.
Humber's going to open up the game again with trying to spread out the other team.
And here's Voutour once again. Her pass to Spratt. Spratt's just going to cut down into the middle. Still has the ball. And Zanardi getting a piece of that one as well. But ultimately, the Eagles will just kick her right back down.
Humber was trying to reset there. They're just throwing balls so that's the forwards can get it and have another chance at another shot on net.
Great hustle there by Spratt. She did not give up on that play. Tracked it down, crossed it into the middle, and deflected by the Eagles. And so a corner kick here, and looks like another player is hurt for the Eagles. And Christina De Andrade will be coming into the game, and the Eagles player is really hurt here. She needs help to be carried off the field. And it looks like that is team captain Christina Rico who's hurt. So that is not a good sight if you are a fan of the UTM Eagles, as Rico is really shaken up here. She's being treated near the Eagles bench. And of course, with a 3-0 game, the Eagles would have loved to have their captain in the game. Looks like that might not be able to happen. And here come the Hawks now, continuing with their pressure.
They've been doing, Humber's been doing some really good plays. They've been successful and a little bit unlucky, but if they keep the pressure on, they might end up getting another goal.
Here's Piazza, who gets the throw-in to Kenhoto with a good move there. She's going to get right past the defender. Almost comes up with that nice pass as well. And a pair of substitutions for Humber set to take place. Sonia Sahota will be coming into the game along with Taylor Thompson. And both these players are second-year players. And they'll be checking in for Rebecca Spratt and Alexandra Janone.
So Humber here is really spreading out the game. They're really just going to be playing a possession game from right now since they're up 3-0.
And of course, Humber has had majority of the possession. And here's Longsworth to Kanhota.
Nice ball.
And Kanhoto's won't be able to get that pass off there. So the play is called down. So the Eagles get the ball right back.
Here the Eagles might have a chance to get it back in the Humber zone.
And as Jay Ford will look to do just that, as most of the Eagles players are just positioning themselves down the field. Of course, they really need to get something going here. It is a 3-0 game. And good sign here if you're an Eagles fan once again, as Abika Itru is gonna set to come back into the game. Of course, she was taken out the game earlier due to injury, so it looks like she is all good to go.
So Humber's gonna keep pushing all the way through to the other net.
And Vitru. Let's see what she can do here. Good shot there, but the goalkeeper is just in the perfect position. And she's just going to control that one and kick her right back down. And it looks like it'll be a foul called on the Humber player number 3, Zabalos.
The Eagles here are gonna try to get it on net. Try and maybe do a short pass to try and bring it up.
And Ford's just going to kick it and make the quick pass. Eagles just looking to get something going here. And De Andrade's shot is blocked there, so it'll go out of bounds. But Abika Itru will be coming back in the game. And she'll be coming into the game for number 16, Sabrina Longo. So let's see what Itru and the Eagles players can do here.
The Eagles are going to try and cross it in the 6-yard box. They're going to try and get it close to the net as possible so there can be deflection. Or they might do a short pass to try and get a clear shot on net.
Yusnowski makes the short pass there to Rice. Back to Yusnowski. And Itru almost had that one tipped into the net. But once again, Vanessa Fiore coming up big for the Hawks. Here's Vitru. Good move there. Gets past one Eagle defender. Can't get past the other.
So Humber's going to restart with their passes to work their way up to the Eagles' end of the field.
Here's Longsworth. And she just can't control it. Still not giving up on the play, putting on pressure on two Hawks players. Kanhoto is also in the middle of that play.
Humber's putting the pressure on as well. Both teams are doing a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and Longsworth, she's just chasing down Eagles player after Eagles player. And she's finally going to get the ball back, but not before the call is stopped by the referee.
The Eagles are going to try and get it in the box or far side just so that they can get something somewhere in the box somewhere deflected.
And Yusimnovsky is going to kick that one for the Eagles once again. And here's Kanhoto to Longsworth.
Great passes.
And let's see if the player, no, it will be called offside. A good call there.
I can't see.
As Megan Vitour is called offside. So about 14 minutes left into this half, and Ford will just kick it right down, and Humber will just get that ball right back.
They're starting again to a passive game, just to spread out the Eagles.
Thompson's pass to Piazza to Kanhoto. And that's a good pass there. Zanardi, she's onside. Let's see if Zanardi can add one. She's going to make a good pass there. Let's see if Humber can complete the play, and they do. What a play there. Once again, Julia Zanardi to Megan Vitour. And Humber is going to put one up on the board, so a 4-0 lead. Once again, Julia Zanardi setting up the play. A lot of attention is coming her way, of course, as people know what a scoring threat she can be. And she's been taking advantage of that as she made a perfect pass to Vitour, who calmly puts it in the back of the net. 4-0 Humber, and here comes Rachel Spratt, who's going to check into the game.
Yeah, so Humber is a really great passing game. They really look up to see what could be a good pass before they try to do it on their own.
And Spratt will be checking in for Michaela Zabalos. And Kanhoto will just pass it right back down. And Phillip will just let the goalkeeper control this one.
That's
And
good.
Humber just going to swing it on over, continue to keep possession of the ball. Longsworth. Great strides there. Here's Zanardi once again. Let's see what she can do this time. Zanardi, what a play there. Zanardi might have looked like she went for the shot there, or could have been a pass. Of course, the Hawks player was there on the far post. So Julia Zanardi coming up big for Humber. Making great play after great play.
So here, Humber's gonna want to try and get in the box again, as well as get a foot on it.
And the corner kick goes over Zanardi's head. Here's Kanhoto to Phillip. Phillip shot.
Nice try.
Yep, it curves just into the goalkeeper's hand, but still a great attempt there. And a substitution will be set to take place in for UTM, as Suleimi Ariza will be coming back into the game. Here's Abika Yitru.
The Eagles are pressuring really hard.
Of course, they're just looking to get on the board, and Yitru once again looks like her knee is giving her some trouble. Let's see if they'll take her out.
So here, the Eagles might have a shot at a net again.
And Ford is just going to kick it into the box. And good play there, Vanessa Fiore, who's had a great performance here today. Coming up with some big stops and making some good plays down the field to get the Hawks set up on offense. And here's Zoe Longsworth.
Yeah, their passive game is very well done. They have great talk. They do great talks on the field to tell their teammates where they are.
And Phillip will have her pass called offside. So it looks like Sabrina Longo will also come into the game for UTM. And Fuentes Martinez will come into the game for Humber. And Abaca Itru just couldn't get control of that one. Looks like she still has that lingering knee injury that she's dealing with here on the field. And Humber putting great pressure here. And Kanhoto will just send it right back down.
Yeah, Humber is really resetting the game, really taking charge of it with this possession.
And Piazza will pass it down. Looks like it might be an offside there. No, Vitor is still onside. So Humber in a good position here to get their 5th goal. Vitor not giving up on the play. Humber sending some more bodies there. And Zanardi's also in the middle of that one. Zanardi, she's going to get the ball taken away from her. But once again, Humber still in the middle of that play. And they're just going to slow things back down here as Phillip gets the ball.
Nice try with the ball through the defender, just unsuccessful. Let's see what the Eagles have here. They have another chance at the net. She tries to get it through the defenders.
As Yusunovsky will just hit that one, and no player will be able to deflect that one. So Fiore will get that, hit it down the field, but the Eagles will knock it back down. Let's see if they can continue to put up a fight here. Looks like Humber is just going to get the ball. A long pass, good one there. All players are onside still. So they have Zanardi in the middle along with Longsworth, and here's Zanardi. Let's see what she can do. Goes to her left foot, gets taken down, no call. Looks like she may have been fouled on that play, but referees are letting that one go.
Humber is doing their passive type of game again, which is really helping them out through this whole game.
Kanhoto. And that was number 18, Pelletier, also in the game for Humber. Here's Longsworth. She's called onside. No help for UTM, as they're just going to watch Zoe Longsworth put it in the back of the net. So UTM looks like just a bit exhausted here. But Zoe Longsworth, what a play. 5-0 Humber. And it looks like the player is, we might be Danica Post hurt. So UTM, unfortunately, just dealing with injury after injury, it seems. There's 3 players who were hurt this game. Abaca Itru, their captain, Christina Rico, and actually number 8, Devon Nagel, who is hurt. And it looks like she's being treated there in the side. So this is tough for the Eagles. Some key players have been injured, and we're at the 39th minute of this half. So tough break for UTM. As we've mentioned, they are searching still for their first win of this season. It looks like they might not get that here. Of course, a huge deficit with only 5 minutes or so left into the game. And now they just see their players getting injured. So still some question marks that UTM is going to have to deal with after this game concludes.
Injuries, it's a hot day as well, so we're hoping that everyone gets better soon, just to get back in their next game.
And Kanhoto, who had the right idea with that pass, except it does get knocked down there by the UTM defenders.
pressure by Humber. They're really keeping the pressure on.
And now Kanhoto just sends it right back down, and Piazza gets it. That's Pelletier who gives it, and that is Fuentes Martinez who is looking to track that one down. She, of course, does not get it, but still Humber will get the ball.
Yeah, great pressure for Humber with those balls through the defenders. They've been successful most of the time.
And here's Pelletier doing a good job there, getting in the middle of that one. And looks like, yep, it was actually UTM's ball, so a bit of miscommunication there on Humber's side.
Yeah.
And Danica Post. She's going to throw it right back in, and the play will resume.
The Eagles are, despite the score, still pushing for a goal here.
And Longo, she just cannot control that one herself. And that's been a struggle there for UTM, as just regaining possession has been a difficult task for them.
Humber still opening up the field.
Here's Sahota to Longsworth. Pelletier to Fuentes Martinez. Back to Piazza. She's going to hit it with her left foot, and that will go wide, but still good attempt there. Yeah, she actually caught a few of the UTM players off guard, including the goalkeeper. So we're nearing the end of this game as we head into the 43rd minute. And Humber just going to slow things down here as Piazza will just give it to Pelletier. She's just going to make the short pass to Fuentes Martinez, who gets knocked off the ball, but she was pushed on the play, so Humber will get the ball right back.
The Eagles are still trying to push. They haven't given up yet. So Humber's going to push even more.
And just for the Eagles, just being able to score against a tough Humber team would be some great things for them, as they would just be able to hold on and carry out that momentum into their next game. And here is Phillip.
The Eagles are putting a lot of pressure.
And Sydney, you've mentioned that the Eagles are not letting up. Also, Humber's defense also continuing to put forth their best effort despite this big lead. And Fiore is just going to kick this one down. And she's had a great game. And it's just been a tough game for the Eagles, as they've been dealing with injuries and some tough weather conditions as well. It's been a hot, hot day. Here's Phillip, who gives it to Kenhoto, who gave it right back to Piazza. Phillip to Pelletier.
Great ball.
And the through pass to Fuentes Martinez does not get to her possession, but still Humber making the right plays here down the stretch. And Phillip doing a good job of getting in between that play as it goes off her foot out of bounds, and the throw in for the Eagles. As we are winding down here. Of course, we are in extra time, so the game should conclude shortly, and Humber will be going 4-0 to start their season. So a successful home opener for the Hawks. And they're just going to continue. Just hold on to Fuentes. Martinez gets hit there. As Martinez and Yusufnovsky collide there. So good to see both players okay. And that will do it for this game. It is a final score of 5-0 for Humber. Julia Zanardi once again coming up big for the Hawks, along with the second-year goalkeeper Vanessa Fiore. And the men's team will be playing approximately at 6:30 p.m. So we will see you guys for that stream.